Hello my dear friends, welcome to all of you. In this tutorial, we will discuss the foundational literacy. What is foundational literacy? What is whole language development? What is the urgent need to achieve foundational literacy? Role of phonics in foundational literacy, and finally the phonic syllabus and implementation. So, hi, welcome to the Foundational Literacy series, and I am Dr. Rajni Rao, your friend and coach. Well, my dear friends, do you know that in India, only 18% of class 3 kids can read class 2 textbooks? What does this mean? What's happening if these kids go to the higher classes? So this is the reason Nipun Bharat and NEP has totally raised an alarm and created an urgency to achieve foundational literacy. Well, the foundational literacy is the ability to read and write. You heard it right. Foundational literacy is the ability to read and write a language 100%. It can be English, it can be Kannada, it can be Malayalam, it can be anything. So the ability to read and write is called as foundational literacy. And to add to this, the next thing you must know is about the whole language development. What is whole language development? It is the ability to listen, just not listen but listen and understand, speak, read and write. Well, I have told you in the series as well that there is a sequence: listen, speak, read and write that we should follow while we achieve foundational literacy. Why we should listen? In order to understand, and when we understand, we can speak, and we will be able to write only when we understand what we are listening. So everything is interconnected for us, and only when the child achieves the writing skill, again I will divide writing skill into two parts. One is spellings and the other one is comprehension. Only when you know to read and write the spellings, you will be able to comprehend, that is, write in full sentences. So now you understood what is foundational literacy, what is whole language development, what is the urgency. Let's discuss this. If we don't achieve foundational literacy, if the child cannot read and write what? Two parts. One is spellings and the other one is sentences, then the child cannot cope up with general science, social science, GK, computer science, moral science, no science. It is only when the child has achieved foundational literacy, only then he will be able to work out on all other academic subjects. So if we fail in achieving foundational literacy, then definitely we are going to fail, and the academic downfall of the child starts happening right after second standard, and by the higher classes the gap would have been rising so much that it will become almost impossible for any teacher or parent to fix this gap. And now, what is the role of phonics? Then what is the role? My dear teachers and parents, phonics play more than 95% of the role in achieving foundational literacy, and now you understand the academic excellence as well. Phonics plays a very important role in spellings and sentence creation. Why I said 95%? The other 5% is grammar, is about vocabulary, and there are other simple skills also to master in order to achieve the foundational literacy. And now, what is the syllabus? When should we implement? How much should we implement? This is the real game changer. As I have discussed earlier also, we all start with phonics right from nursery and we stop it merely by senior KG. My dear friends, please note the syllabus. Okay, first is upper and lower case of the letters A to Z. Next comes the division of letters, vowels and consonants. Next comes the long vowel sound. Next comes the consonant blending sounds. Next comes the vowel blending sounds, and there are some phonic rules that has to be introduced age appropriately, and there are some exceptions that each child should know. Only when we cover this syllabus, only when we finish this, by first standard or maximum, I would still not say second standard, but let's assume some phonic rules we can take it up in the second standard, but rest of the things that we discussed has to be achieved before second standard. And once when we are clear with this, achieving foundational literacy will no more be a challenge. Children can read and write very fluently, and when they are going easy with the language, enjoying and implementation also becomes very happy. So this is what we discussed today in the class. Hope I have done everything. So this is my notes, and yes, we are done with everything. And if you are enjoying the series, share with someone who needs to start learning about phonics, because very soon we will be starting with our coding phonics tutorials. See you in the next episode.